Well, it should be streaming a calibrated screen, but
I mean, that's the best part.
it is. All right, are you working? I should look at the list to make sure. How about now? Are you working? Something's working. Okay.
Computer.
A bit. Okay, so hopefully sometime soon we'll come to a bunch of money, because otherwise I don't know how we're gonna sleep. So maybe we should just pick up a whole bunch of trash. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, as HoboCop, can we do something besides get a hostel room?
I think the hostel room is required. I don't think.
Oh.
I mean, we're trying. All right, man. Where are we? We're picking up trash, right? What were we doing before?
Oh, there it is. Okay. You can see you sent the watch link button. So.
Oh, I.
Okay, I'm in.
All right, cool. Trash can.
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
So, should we pat the mail delivery box? Should we kick the mail delivery box, or should we leave?
Well, I would pat it.
I patted it with my trash.
The box seems
Indeed.
Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel you, post collection box. Or been there. Post L'Aventure mail collection box. I've been there. Or mail collection box, you should man up.
Go with 2.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder.
Oh.
Then you swallow.
Well, we're back up to max morale.
So much morale.
Yeah, we're doing great on morale. Okay, so should we kick the mail delivery box, or should we leave?
Let's just leave. Reason to kick it.
Alright, so there's some more stuff over here. It is almost 8 o'clock. Book has a rose, a pistol, and half-naked dame on the cover. And the cover sends a very muscular man surrounded by flames. It's a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. So you want to talk to the little girl out here?
As well. She'll give us money.
Right.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is red from the cold. Hello? I am the law. Or hi.
Go with high.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to try to feel warmer. What kind of story is this, anyway? Or is it okay if I ask you some questions, or not really? And leave.
Fun.
What kind of store is this, anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a book? What's a postcard? What's a board game? Don't be ridiculous. I know what all these things are.
I know what these are.
Mm-hmm. So number 4?
Or, yeah.
You're fooling nobody.
Don't you sass me. Or I said I know all these things, and I do. Dang it.
I know what these are.
Okay. So 1 or 2?
2.
Sir, are you okay?
Her voice
You've been
suddenly
standing
reaches
here
your mind.
silently for a while now.
So what kind of store is this? Or is it okay if I ask you some questions? Or no, really? Not really. Bye.
2.
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name? Or what's this crime business? Or what is romance? Or who are these famous people? Or okay, I got it.
A 4.
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold reddened cheek and then
I
continues.
think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Reading them doesn't make those readers more famous, does it? Or, right, I have a different question.
1.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
She smiles gleefully. Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Or fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. Or those famous people sound like a bunch of dorks.
Let's see here. What do we want to do here? Let's see.
I don't know.
Just 1.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'll be a superstar cop in the papers and everything. That'll show them. Mm-hmm. Why, indeed. I'm just an old, tired cop. What use am I, anyway?
Uh, 1.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
Wait, what is your name? Or what is this crime business? Or what is romance? Or okay, I see you.
2-1.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the register, or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because why? Or okay, I guess I will.
Right, 1. Yeah.
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
She nods eagerly.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Could I help in some way? Or I should have a word with the store owner, maybe. Or such a good trooper you are, always learning the value of hard work. Pat her head. Or I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Let's do 1.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
She doesn't quite know what else to say.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I could have a word with a store owner, maybe. Or such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. Or I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
A 1.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
She stands upright and smiles like the little soldier she is. Shouldn't you be at school or something? Or what is a crime business? Or what is romance? Or buy?
2-3.
What is a crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. Or why would anyone want to read about crime? Or okay, I got it. Crime murder gets the people going.
3. Yeah.
3? All right.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if trying to find something policeman-like. Huh? Well, what does a cop look like? Or, okay, then maybe I'm not a policeman, or I should stop being one. I don't know.
1.
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Points to a book cover, in which you see a strapping Verpentine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I took an arrow to the neck. No, wait. Then I decided to live alone. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in that picture. He's just a stupid fantasy of a man. Or it's not your body that's important in police work anyway. It's your point to your head. Wow, look at the guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. Or, I actually had other questions.
Let's do 3.
Head? Yes.
No, I meant your mind.
But that's like the same thing.
She squints her eyes, trying to solve the puzzle. In the eyes of a kid, maybe. The difference between me and Mullen is vast. He is nothing. Or there's the mind, and then there's the mind. Catch my drift.
2.
Not really, sir.
See, that's what reading those fake Mullen books gets you. Now you're dealing with a real cop.
Yes, sir. He's just a fictional character. I understand. He's no match for you.
She smiles mischievously.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. Shouldn't you be in school? Or what's romance? Or, okay, now I'm going to deduce something.
Cool, let's do something.
All right, let's go.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks wary.
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. Or you can show them to me. Or actually, I'd rather not deduce anything. Every time I deduce, people get hurt.
Let's see. 2.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
It's 8 o'clock and the lights came on.
A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's okay. Or, you heard me, hands up.
1.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
She shoots you a suspicious glance. Yes. Or, there were a few other hints. Or, it's a super simple for a detective such as myself.
Let's see. 2.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. Or, you think so? Fine. Do better to do something for me.
Let's see. Ooh, what do we want to do here? 2-1.
All right.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Or rats have been nibbling on your fingers, child labor and dismal working conditions. Or chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. Or it's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice.
1.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Dismay flickers in her eyes. Either way, another ace detective by the #1 detective in town. Or, I hope this has entertained you.
2.
It was okay, sir.
She's still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine. Do better. To do something about me. Or, that was a masterclass move. Whatever, kid. I don't need to prove myself to you.
Hey, ask her to do it.
Alright.
You're quite sober.
She snaps back quickly.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Wait, how do you know I'm usually not? Or, yeah, about that. Maybe you could point me towards some booze. Or, and I'm having a great time. Or, I'm always sad when my head hurts. Or, I'm also
Try
sad
one.
when my head hurts. Alright.
Because you usually aren't.
Yeah, about that. Maybe you could point me towards some booze? Or, I'm having a grand time. Or, I'm also sad and my head hurts.
3.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looked you in the eye, a gleam of sympathy on her face.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
Shouldn't you be at school or something? Or what is romance? Or what am I missing here? Why does she feel so familiar?
Yeah, let's try 6.
Alright.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on. You know me? We've met before? Or on second thought, maybe I shouldn't remember. Maybe there's a reason I forgot.
1.
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time.
She sways back and forth on her feet.
You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Apologizing to everyone. I don't really understand what you've done wrong.
Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You
See you,
certainly
Jenny.
look better than the last time I saw you.
I doubt that. Or what do you mean better? I look like crap. Or thanks, I'm trying.
Uh, 3.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
Lieutenant slowly, ever so slowly, realizes what she's talking about.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
So, party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark. All
Yes.
big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
She giggles at the thought.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does this mean that I've been partaking in some narcotics? Or the girl doesn't know what she's talking about. We're going to forget all about this.
1.
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with? Or thanks, I've learned something about myself today.
We'll do 1.
I didn't know I had to do that.
She looks puzzled. I don't really like this detective deduction game anymore. Conclusion. Or thanks, I've learned something about myself today.
A 2.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
She smiled in a wide, helpful smile. Not a wild. Shouldn't you be at school or something? It's 8 o'clock at night. Or what is romance? Or, okay, bye.
Here we can do 4.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that very situation.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Or what about when both of the men are bad? Or what about when everyone is poor? Or what about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Well, that's enough romance for me. I have other questions.
2.
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
But what if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, That would be interesting.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Or what about when everyone is poor? Or what about a book when the man and lady business doesn't work out at all? Well, that's enough romance for me.
Okay, 4.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she had about one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? Or maybe I will.
Two.
I'm sure she can help out.
She's
Anything else
wide.
you're curious about?
What about a poor man getting a rich lady? Or what about when everyone is poor? Or that's enough for me.
3.
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things. Or yeah, poor people are boring.
1.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about the poor man getting a rich lady? Or that's enough romance for today.
We'll do 1.
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
So that's enough romance for today.
Guess so.
Maybe some about other books?
Shouldn't you be at school? It's 8:15.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I will ask it.
All right.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this? Or school is stupid. You're lucky to not have to be there. Or what is school anyway?
1.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
So how's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
She looks over her shoulder.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Oh.
Cursed? In what way? Or good to hear it's going well. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
1.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go,
She's looking for the right word. Bankrupt, or belly up, or nothing.
That's 1.
exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
I don't think curses are real, or this sounds serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards in the window.
2.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
She chirps. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Or how about this curse? How does it manifest itself? Or, enough about the curse for now. You said 2? All right.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about different types of books.
But Kim, the plasmic manifestations are... Fine, I'll show you.
1.
No such thing.
Lieutenant stands at your side, stern and serious.
Anything else you wanted to talk about,
The girl
sir?
looks back and forth between the two of you. What do you know about the other failed businesses? Or enough about the curse?
1.
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
She looks a bit disappointed. Enough about the curse for now.
Okay.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Yeah, I
Looks
guess we're
at your
done.
shaved, prickly chin. Distinctly contrasts with the only mutton chops that surround it. Or the oily mutton chops that surround it. All right, off we go. So do you want to go in there, or do you want to keep looking for trash outside?
We can go inside.
All right. Let's look at the books. So actually, should we look at the books or talk to the lady first?
Let's check out the books.
All right. So there's candy at the very front. Old sports magazines tucked away to dark corner.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storekeep, what kind of board games do you have? Or look around the pile of Wirral-related items, or leave.
A 2.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Anything that catches my eye, or maybe I'm not into all this binocular stuff.
1.
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real.
Storekeep, what kind of board games do you have? We can't buy any, because we don't have the money.
Eight.
Or leave.
2-1.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Wow, I have children? A family? Or do I have friends? Look at the lieutenant. Or I don't want to think about this.
1.
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Look at me. Who'd want to have children with me? Or I don't feel as if I have any kids. Or yes, kids, friends, chicks. I have all these.
Oh.
Yeah, I had to take a morale hit, but I've got like 5 more.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
A 2.
Friends are technically like family.
She fiddles with her pendant thinking.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
Ah, yes, a Civ game. 4-H. Everyone loves those. So what about all these rural things? Or leave, because we don't have the money for that either.
You can do 2.
Lousy auras there.
She shudders.
No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all.
There's nothing quite as awesome as playing a role-playing game where there's a character inside that's like, role-playing games are the devil. Good stuff.
I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
She looks at the table, crossing her arms. So, we can't do anything else, so you want to leave?
We can go.
All right. The book collects national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyamdal somewhere.
Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books, or look through the display. Or leave.
2.
2, all right.
Rows and rows of Hyamdala men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hyamdal and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Hyamdal, Return to Hyamdal. And the Solipsistic, Man from Hyamdal and the Hyamdal Man.
I guess this is like Florida Man. Good gravy. How many are there? Or, that's enough.
1.
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
Is that all, or I've seen enough?
Not all.
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdallaman, and so much more.
Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Or, do any of these books call out to me?
Roll the dice, see what happens.
Nothing of interest. Only
Pretty
silence
low.
and the cosmic background pain radiation.
Alright. Want to ask the storekeep, or you want to move on?
We can do 1.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
She looks at the books with some disdain. Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
That sounds good. Which one should I start with? Or, that doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in.
Let's see. A 2.
At last, someone sensible.
She fiddles with her pendant.
However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say.
Finally, someone that understands these books are trash. Actually, you know what? Never mind. You should buy one.
If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdallaman, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Well, we can't afford that. So I want to leave.
We can go.
All right. So, would you like to talk to the lady, or would you like to go upstairs?
We'll go ahead and talk to her.
All right.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off. Could you give me some money? I feel like there won't be an opportune moment to ask later. Or, that's a curious pendant you're wearing. Or, so you're the owner of this store. Or, no thanks.
2.
2? Alright.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
She clutches the pendant and narrows her eyes as well. Alright, you seem well off. Could I have some money? Or, so you're the owner of this store? Or, no thanks.
3.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice high-pitched sounds familiar. You've talked to her before, through the doorbell.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the
Really?
most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
So what if I want to buy a book? Or the girl outside mentioned this place is cursed. Or your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right? Or farewell for now, book peddler!
Let's see. Yeah, 2.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette?
She blinks.
I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
I mean, it's a pretty empty store. But then again, it's 8:30 at night, so...
Yes.
What if I want to buy a book? Or your daughter's the one standing outside the store, right? Or farewell for now,
3.
book peddler. 3? Alright.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course. Or no, she was definitely slacking off. Or it doesn't matter. Now tell me something else.
Oh, 1.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes, or not really.
A 1.
Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
10. She's very polite and helpful. 5. I felt some interest. 1. I'm not impressed. 4. I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that.
Let's go with 1.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
She's immensely satisfied with your answer. The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong. Or, Annette is great. She's quite the trooper. She's a great value add. Or, I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. Or, all this pressure has made her really anxious. You know, she's been chewing her nails. Or, okay, let's change the subject.
Let's see here. That's a hard one.
Indeed.
Right, we'll try 4.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life.
Her voice is firm.
A part of hers, too, clearly.
I don't think she can do anything about it. Or, okay, forget it. None of your business anyway.
A 1.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. Or, that is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter? Or, yeah, actually it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything.
1.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
All of a sudden she exhales sharply, her shoulders slump down.
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. She returns with a nod.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother, or just not compassionately.
Let's see. Two.
2? Okay.
Yes, sometimes it's better to let people come to these conclusions themselves.
Is this husband Annette's father, or is she an only child, or she told me she doesn't go to school anymore? Or, alright, I've had something else in mind.
1.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
She says gloomily. Wait, Grand Couronne? What's that? Or, and your husband's also involved with this bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Is she an only child, or she told me she doesn't go to school anymore? Or, alright, I had something else in mind. You said 2? Yeah, okay.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No,
pauses
we
for a
couldn't have
second.
afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Why not? Or, of course, yes, this economy.
One.
busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy.
Her voice
Children
wavers
are
a
a
bit.
lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
She catches herself. So, she told me she doesn't go to school anymore? Or, alright, I had something else in mind.
Okay, we can do 3.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
Plaisance nods.
I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
Alright. We're done with these?
Okay. Yep.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
What if I want to buy a book? Or farewell for now, book peddler.
We could ask one. I don't think we can afford anything.
You were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop?
We can, I don't know.
Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you.
She fiddles with her pendant and waves her bony fingers directly at you. So what kind of books do you have here? Or, alright, I'll take a look then.
1.
Number 1.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She nudges
The
her
shelves
glasses.
compel you, don't they?
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what kind of books you have for sale? Or, alright, I'll have a look then.
Okay. Two.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose, but you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Wait, shouldn't the storekeeper know about her wares? Or, where do you learn about the important things then? You said 2?
1.
Oh, okay.
I provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine.
She waggles her bony finger at you. Sorry, she wiggles her bony fingers at you.
Wiggle waggle.
Potato, potato. Where do you learn about the important things then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She nods at you cryptically. Alright, I'll take a look then. Ready to go?
Right?
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Farewell for now, book peddler.
Okay.
Alright, we're off. Oh, there's a... Okay, there's a curtain over here to the right we can look at, or we can go upstairs.
Oh, a curtain, huh?
Yeah. Alright, let's check the curtain.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Plaisance calls out from the counter. Storekeeper, what's behind the curtains? Or examine the strange cage-like trinket, or pull open the curtains, or ignore the curtains for now.
One.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She fiddles
Don't
with
you
her
feel
pendant.
compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Oh, it's the old thing where, like, if somebody tells you you can't do something, you really want to.
Hey.
And someone tells you you have to do something, you don't want to now, even if you were going to do it anyway.
Mm.
All right, so examine the cage-like trinket, pull open the curtains, or ignore the curtains for now.
You're 2.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
So that's some kind of mystical something or other.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
So pull open the curtains or ignore them for now.
Let's pull it.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hands are closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid? Or, ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer and I need to get in there. Or, but I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. Or, I don't care and you can't stop me and I'm opening them. Or, all right, I'll think about it for a while.
Like one.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
She's begging you.
Three.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
She grabs her pendant again, visibly shaken.
Ooh.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
I don't care and you can't stop me. I'm opening them. Or, all right, I'll think about it for a little while. So we're down to open them or not.
Right. Oh man.
Uh-huh.
They're not red checks, so
Right.
let's do 4.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
She raises her hand to try and stop.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if
Okay.
taunting you.
Rip them apart, this time for real. Ignore the curtains for now. And then, of course, we could talk to her. That's another option.
Okay, we can talk to her.
All right. So what's happening, lady?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
All right, so why are you so uptight about these curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If this is just a storage room, why do you have that strange trinket on the curtains? Or, if it's just a storage room, then it wouldn't hurt if I just peeked inside. It's not like it's cursed, right?
Let's do 1.
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed in a tight-lipped smile, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
How does this curse manifest itself? Or, why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse? Or, have you sought help from anyone?
Okay.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cape-like trinket in the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Why? How does this curse manifest itself? Or, why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse? Or, is your pendant part of the wards as well? Point to her necklace.
4.
4?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet. blessed by desert pygmy shamans with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
She holds the pendant in her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the light.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example.
She nods.
It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
How does this curse manifest itself? Or why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
One?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Her voice drops to a whisper as she peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Okay, I'm a little confused. What does that mean? Or, and it mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial trouble. Or, wait, that's it? I was hoping for something more paranatural.
A 2.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
That's strange. I feel unwanted too. What does that mean? Or don't mention it.
A 1.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous.
Her eyes narrow as she tries to get a read on your energy. Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse? Or would you like me to investigate the case? I could investigate and see if the curse is real. Or I don't think the curse is real. I just wanted to let you know. Just want you to let me in there.
Yeah, 5.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
Oh.
Alright, so I have a few more questions about the curse, or convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area with your drama ability. And holy cow, we've got amazing drama ability.
Yeah, let's try it.
Alright.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait. What if I don't want to lie? Or, ma'am, I've come here to help. I've handled paranormal situations before.
A 1. Try 1.
You're not lying. You're giving her peace of mind. The means are thus justified.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranormal situations
Are
before.
you sure?
Hey, I
I
guess so.
haven't seen charlatans before.
I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. Or, I have returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
A 1.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but
She shudders.
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. Or, you see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contract the void.
1.
how do you know all this?
Here we go.
I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debad all of the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. Or just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me.
A 1.
If you promise, Good officer, then
She shuffles
you might
nervously.
be our last hope. Do you swear it?
Hand in your heart. On my honor. Or actually, I'm not really feeling the vibe anymore. The psychic force has left me.
Right one.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Timid sigh of relief followed by a cautious smile.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
The entity? Or, of course, the entity. Close your eyes, for I have sensed its presence.
Yeah, two then.
Cold reading it is.
You have? The
She
entity
gasps.
takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimneys aren't big enough for that, or chimney, the passage between heaven and hell. Of course.
Ooh.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin.
Have a few more questions about the curse, or farewell for now?
Have any more questions?
I mean, we can try.
Okay, but please,
okay,
only a
just
few
check, I
questions.
guess.
You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
Why didn't you just tell me right away about the curse? Or never mind.
Okay, we can ask.
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism.
She
It's
shivers.
dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Alright, is that it?
Yeah.
Never mind, I had other
The woman
questions.
looks aloof, her features
I think
much
we're done here.
softer. Occasionally, she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Farewell for now, book peddler. Okay. So, do we want to go upstairs, or do we want to go through the curtain?
Let's check upstairs.
Alright. It is 9:05.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Storekeep, was all this crime fiction, or look through the display of books, or leave?
Two.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure thing, or oh gracious no.
Sure.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of
Oh,
Richard
okay.
P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies? Or are there any more? Or okay, let's stop.
One.
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Are there any more? Okay, let's stop.
Any more?
Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. Come on. This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
A bald man turns toward a lean man and pats him on the back.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
Chester replies.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Okay, the bald man replies. He motions to the civilian sitting in the back seat. You see, Chester here, he pokes his finger at the lean man. Chester faked his own death once.
Gosh, why?
The civilian looks on amazed. The bald man bellows a reply.
A very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
Chester mutters in return, then turns on the rapt listener. The inside of the motor carriage is thick with cigarette smoke. Outside it starts to rain.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Or we can see who is Dick Mullen.
A 3.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken Identity.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does this speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
That's probably right. I'm a complicated guy, full of contradictions. Or no, it's got to be something else.
A 1.
Then this is the book for you.
$8, which we don't have.
Indeed.
Storekeep, what's all the crime fiction? Or let's leave.
Do 1.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
She lowers her voice.
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Ready to leave?
Right?
Quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. Tome of Fascist Magic, rather candid.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
So, Storekeep, anything of note at the shelf, or look through the display, or leave?
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High-Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
Oh yeah, what's it about?
High-Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Okay.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
You're interrupted by the Storekeep.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Storekeep, anything of note on the shelf, or leave?
A 1.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Who and what is an innocence? Or great, I don't need to know anymore.
One.
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of these innocents is the coolest and greatest, or so you recommend it, or great, I don't need to know any of these things.
One.
Perhaps for a layman,
She scoffs.
deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings.
So you recommend it?
Certainly, it's
I
prudent
too.
for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
So, you want to buy this Greatest Innocence book or leave?
Oh, we can actually afford it.
Indeed.
Huh.
I mean, there's other things in the shop.
Yeah.
We can come back if we want.
We can think about it, I guess. I don't know what books do in this game.
Indeed.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up
We'll learn
by
stuff, I
small
guess.
pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Look at the map of Insulinde, look at the map of Revenshaw, look at the map of Martinez. Storekeep, can I buy these maps or leave?
I actually need to go
Okay, you want to just hit leave and then we'll save and come back?
and leave and save and do these options later.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All right, so we will pick this up at a later time.
Right.
All right, Noel. See you later, man.
Sure.